So in this short video, I'm going to show you how to put together the model of the Sun, Moon, Earth Orrery. We're going to start with the base plate, and we want 2 of the little nuts and the 2 plastic supports for it. I'm going to put one of the nuts into the base, and you can see that the nuts fit in nice and snug. Put a finger on that, turn it over, and carefully screw in the first plastic support until it's nice and tight. I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Nut in, finger on to keep it in place, carefully screw in the plastic support so it's nice and tight. Then I'm going to take the top bar and I'm going to place that on top of the 2 plastic supports and put a nut on top of each. Now these are quite fiddly to do up. I'm going to use the little spanner to tighten them. I want to make sure that they go on properly, otherwise they'll strip the thread on the plastic support. This one's going on quite well. This one's gone on a little bit wonky, so I'm just going to undo that one and try again. That seems to be better. There we go, and use the little spanner to tighten them up. Easier said than done. Tighten that. And I want to get it so that this part, because this is going to hold the whole model up, is nice and tight. Now don't over tighten them, because if you over tighten them, it'll damage the plastic support. Okay, there we go. So I've got that nice and tight now. It's not wobbling about, nice and secure. The next bit is to attach the bar. I'm going to put, so I need the bar, I need this disc, which has got this bit with the 2 holes in the bottom. So this is going to sit on, and the 2 little holes in the bottom line up with the 2 little bumps on the top of the support. I need a nut, and I need this piece here. And this is going to go through the center hole. So we've got a square hole, a round hole in the center, and a hole at the center. It's going to go through the center hole, and then it's going to go through the middle here and clip into place. I then need to keep it in place, turn it over, and I've got a little nut to get on to the bottom here. Now, this is quite fiddly, particularly with fat fingers like mine. Okay, I did manage it yesterday. I'm hoping I can manage it again today without it taking too long, but if it takes me too long, you can fast forward this part of the video. I'm going to just screw that in place. Oh, there we go. And again, use the spanner to tighten it. Now, I found the easiest way to do this was to put the spanner on and hold that tight, and then twist the top here, and so that tightens, and your bar should spin quite freely on the top. Okay, once that's in place, the little turning handle goes in the hole at the end, and this plastic piece with the arrow on it goes into the square hole like so. Now, on the middle here, this is where our sun is going to go, the sun part of our model. You can just check this as a button at this side, and the light should come on. Okay, and there's quite a bright sort of spotlight. Now, this only goes on one way, but it's not obvious which way it is until you're trying to put it on. Okay, you can see that way it seems to fit quite nicely. If I did it the other way, it's out a little bit. This side's a little bit bigger. So just make sure you get it on the right way. It'll be fairly obvious when you put it on if it's on the wrong way round, and you just take it off and turn it round. Okay, so there's our sun. Our sun has a little square hole here. That's going to go on the top of our arrow piece here, and this one goes into the middle, so that one slots in there. There's our sun. And then the last bit to add is the Earth, the Moon, and we've got our little pieces here for attaching it, and then our little rubber bands which are going to drive the whole model. So Earth, long spindle, goes through the sun until that clips in place. Okay, and you'll see that the moon one here, there's a little notch there, and on the Earth there's a little bit where that clips in place. Then it's going to go through the hole like so, and then on the underside, this little piece here, which as well you can see, I hope you can see, has a little notch in it. So this goes on here, and just turn it until that notch catches where it should be, and then put on the little nut to keep all that together. Okay, that one's not too bad. Just going to give that a little tighten with my spanner. Okay, and then finally the elastic bands. Now my model came with 2 elastic bands. Hopefully you've got 2. If you've only got 1, I think that's probably okay as well. Best way to put the elastic bands on, I found, was to stretch them over the base first, and then they're going to go onto the wheel, and the wheels they go onto have fairly obvious grooves in them for the elastic bands to go in. Okay, now I found when I did this, when I did it with just one of them, it didn't work as well as when I did it with both of them, and they're going to stretch across to this one here where the Earth is. And then what you'll find is, as you I'm just going to move this over a little bit, there we go, as we turn this, okay, the Earth will spin. Now what I found is it's quite tricky. It doesn't spin brilliantly. So the best way, if you're showing it to children, is actually to turn it from here, and it then keeps it in place for you, but you can show really nicely. So by putting the wee light on, you can show really nicely. There's the moon's shadow on Earth, okay, and we can show really nicely how the Earth is illuminated by the sun.